Listen, pal, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
what I would like to do is ask you why you are so malevolent.
I'm not malevolent at all.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're dragging up all sorts of garbage.
Well, you made your name on this station.
It stinks.
No, you made your name on this station.
What you're doing stinks.
You made your name on this station by trying to be populist, and you allied yourself to other presenters in this station.
Can I ask you to be a bit clearer about your agenda? I mean, for example,
of course. If you let me speak, I will be.
No, I'm letting you speak. It's just that you're talking rubbish. You're pussyfooting around. You're not a man. Stand up, be counted, say what you really mean. Go ahead.
Right.
Problem, isn't it? A problem.
You presented a program on this radio station.
No, make your point. Don't pussyfoot around. Just make your point.
Well,
cut to the chase. Give me your bottom line, and then I'll decide whether we can go forward. What's your bottom line point? Is it me? Is it the radio station? Is it the English? Is it the world? Is it your mother? What's your problem?
No, it's not anything at all like that, Tommy. And if you just let me explain, it would be it'd actually be
Stop saying "let me speak" and say it.
Okay then. Your radio station presented a program some time ago. Is about
can I just stop you there?
And
can I just stop you there?
No, let me stop you.
But let me no. I will stop you. I will not allow you. I will not permit you, Scottish though you may be.
You tried to make
No. Excuse me. I am not going to discuss. No. I'm gonna talk all the while you're talking. Yeah. I'm going to talk all the while you're talking, rather than cut you off.
You want, Tommy?
Rather than cut you off. No. Yeah. Rather than cut you off, I'm going to talk whilst you're talking because I'm worried that what you are saying may not be lawful.
Yeah, it's lawful.
But I, as a professional, as a broadcaster, and as a journalist, I have to make sure that amateurs like you with fuddled thinking do not cross the line.
Thank you for your advice, Tommy. It's very welcome.
Being concerned for you.
And you know, thank you for your...
in this day and age, if you raise topics that you shouldn't, you can get the radio station into trouble. But remember, we know where you live.
It was your radio station.
Not my radio station. Not my radio station. I don't own this radio station. No. I'm going to cut you off now. I'm going to cut you off now. You got to go. You got to go. Because the law I care about most of all on this radio station is not sub judice. I personally am concerned about the laws of slander. And because I have a suspicion that you're not sufficiently in control of what you believe, that you might commit slander, I've got to cut you off. I'd sooner talk all over you, because at least that way there is some kind of dialogue taking place, albeit an unsatisfactory one. But I am not prepared if I suspect that a caller is about to break the law of the land in an area where I think we should all have great concern. You know? I'm not prepared to give that caller enough rope to hang himself, because we've got to think of the children.
He's planted rice in the paddy fields of Thailand in the sunrise from the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. He's meditated within the ancient walls of Machu Picchu. He's got a Renault Turbo Sport and a TVR. He's got a huge bank balance. He could go out with any woman in the country. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a close personal friend of his family. He's been invited to the Prime Minister's house for drinks. He's the closest thing on earth to the angel Gabriel. He's Tommy Boyd.
Ashley's arrived, and he'll be with you with the phone lines open from 2 this morning. I'm Tommy Boyd. The lines are open now, 08700 40 50 60. Well,
That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you.
What? You tell me what you
Yeah,
think.
well, I think it's absolutely dreadful of you to even consider shopping people.
Thank you. And that's why I've not done it.
Good.
But why have they been so awful to me? And all I've done,
Because people are.
I got a disease, I got an illness.
Have you listened to this program?
I've listened to it all the way through.
Well, people have been awful to me. Why are they awful to me? People like being awful to others.
But yeah, but I mean...
Some people.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, you're very, very careful. You can carry your plate very, very carefully.
Very well.
I'm not being patronising, I'm being serious now.
No, it's funny. A lot of people think if they're nice to somebody, it's patronising. No,
Yeah.
be nice to me. Tell me I'm a nice
You
guy.
are, you're a nice... Obviously, you're very, very... Well, you won't be doing the job you're doing now if you couldn't do it.
I'm a very intelligent, capable, talented.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I am.
Yes, you are.
I like a drink as well myself.
I know. But it nearly killed me,
Well,
I tell you.
Good for you. Listen,
and
good.
I tell you...
Yeah, go on.
They picked me up off the floor and I was in a mess, right? And
When was this? How long ago?
2 years ago.
When did you had another drink for 2 years?
The last time I had a drink was 18 months ago,
Good for you, mate.
right?
Good for you.
But they don't speak to me anymore
Well, so?
because they hate me because of what I did.
Well, so? What, Lee?
Because
Well, have you
Hey?
thought about moving off?
what do you mean?
Moving out in life?
Moving out the area?
Exploring interesting other places. Have you been to Tashkent?
Into where?
You know?
No.
What about America? Have you been to
I've
America?
been to America. I've been to San Diego.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But where I'm staying at the minute now, because it's caused a breakdown in my marriage, I'm actually now in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Right. But I come from Manchester.
Have you thought about?
And they forced me out.
Yeah. Have you thought about going somewhere where nobody knows your past? Maybe. What about? This is the thought. This is just a thought. Right. Buy a one-way plane ticket to somewhere in the Mediterranean.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have on you, if you can get it together, have on you a couple of hundred.
I could check one.
See how long you can make it last.
Aye.
And whilst you're there, don't try too hard, but just see if there's a job going where
Yeah.
somebody with your skills
Right.
might be quite useful. Now, whether this is a deck chair attendant
Right.
or scrubbing a boat,
Right. Well, can I interrupt you?
I suppose you
Well,
better
I
have.
was. I'm sorry. I do apologise.
Not at all.
I was a sales director, and I've just got a wee job stacking shelves at a very famous supermarket that begins with the letter T. Right. Okay. And I'm getting my life back together. But what I'm asking you is, your opinion, because I listen to you, and you're such a. Honestly, I'm not being patronising. You're such a bright bloke.
Wonderful,
Why are
man.
people so nasty?
Because
Why do people do that?
in my case, it's a service I provide.
I know.
It's the Aunt Sally syndrome.
Yeah.
Everybody needs somebody to rag at and rile at and rail at, because life is hard and God is cruel and the world, it can be a poisonous place and somebody needs to be blamed for it. So go ahead, let it be me. I don't mind.
Yeah. Well, that's right. See,
Now-
sorry.
No, I was going to say, if the phrase "out of sight, out of mind."
Yes.
If you took yourself away to somewhere warm for the summer, where and maybe got a job in the holiday industry, just in the Med, where it's warm every morning and you can wear a t-shirt. It's not warm every morning in Glasgow.
Oh,
No.
I guarantee that.
And although the shops, although you're stacking shelves, you've got a gig there.
Yeah.
And it's a start. Nevertheless, everybody knows you and you know everybody else, even if you never met them before. They're your people. There's no challenge there. There's no your horizons won't be stretched.
Right.
But even if you go somewhere quite close to home, like the Med.
Yeah. I mean, I turned a job down, which was managing director with a very, very well-famous company. I can't tell you on air, but I mean, I'll tell you off air.
No, tell me on there.
No.
No, tell me.
No.
Yeah, go on. Why not? What's going to happen? Somebody going to come round and beat you up? What's going to happen? The police are going to come
It was all right.
Hey, Doc, did you mention the name of a company on the radio?
Hey, no, don't take the piss out of me, Lancashire.
I'm just saying that this isn't the BBC and it doesn't work like that anymore.
Right, okay. It was with a company that
for
used to be
mentioning
called,
Hoover
it's called
instead of
CMB, it used to be called Metal Box, right, okay, right. Now, the thing is, I went through a bad patch, and my manager was cracking up, but all I'm saying to you is, I was ill with alcohol when people were nasty to me, right? That's all I'm asking of you. And a lot of people are listening to this now, and they'll know. don't be cruel to people who... It's a disease, it's an illness.
Yeah.
Okay,
Listen, fat chance. They'll still be cruel. You've got to learn to take it.
okay.
You know?
I can take it, that's why I'm talking
Good.
to you.
You take it.
They don't come much harder than you, boy.
Take it, but don't give it back, and go and spend some time in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Get some warmth on your skin. Farmer Martin phone poll. We're going to be giving you a chance to register your opinion. Right, I think we'll do all the rest of the programme in a Lancashire accent. I don't know why. It just seems comfortable. So line 5.
Tommy, a couple of weeks ago,
Aye.
you mentioned the 4 holy truths of Buddhism.
That's correct.
And did you get a chance to tell us what they were? Because I never heard you.
Would you like to know?
Yeah?
Um,
Pen here, mate.
Well, again, they're translations, and they're often written slightly differently. But the first holy truth is that life is unhappiness.
Yeah.
The second holy truth is that unhappiness is caused by greed.
Yeah.
The third holy truth is that greed can be overcome.
Yeah.
And the fourth and final holy truth is that greed can be overcome by following the eightfold path.
Oh, you're joking, Tommy, man.
Eh?
Hang on, greed can be...
Correct. Greed can be overcome. And the fourth holy truth is that this can be achieved by following the eightfold path.
These pens run out soon.
Well, you didn't have to write a lot. Did you get it from Woolworths?
Oh. Eightfold path. What's that, then?
It's a path with eight folds.
Belonging to Buddhism.
Yes.
Is that their path? I mean,
The eightfold path. It's 8 disciplines.
right, yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if I can remember all of them off the top of my head.
You
I should be able to, but then when you're well versed in about 9 different religions and cultures, then obviously you can't remember. absolutely.
I heard you mention Krishnamurti's name.
He's a boy, isn't he?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm writing in the back of his book.
Yes.
I've had this here, the 4 holy truths of Buddhism. I thought I'd get that next time you...
Yeah.
You mentioned-
Which of his books have you written this in the back of?
Well, this one is Freedom from the Known. Do you know it?
Freedom from?
The Known.
No, I don't know that one.
Yeah.
He's a very
He's fantastic.
isn't he fantastic?
Should be compulsory.
They should be made to read him at... Well, not made. They should be given the opportunity to read him at school. Yeah.
What, you mean more... Yeah, I came across him just by accident. I met this Scottish bloke. I was in a bit of trouble.
Mm.
And he said, oh, read this bloke. And I thought, when he said Krishnamurti, I thought it was something to do with religion from the 70s or something, you know the name?
Read the first paragraph of one of the bits, because it's lots of little bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
So pick one out at random and read the first paragraph of it.
Okay. I'm just showing the book here. You've got to go back to the beginning of it. Well, the first one is called Learning About Ourselves. And he goes on, if you think it's important to know about yourself only because I or someone else has told you what is important, I'm afraid all the communication between us comes to an end. But if we agree that it is vital that we understand ourselves completely, then you and I have quite a different relationship. And we can explore together with a happy, careful and intelligent inquiry.
Understand ourselves.
Oh, that's brilliant stuff, yeah.
Grand. Right, the eightfold path. Now, off the top of my head, it starts with right understanding.
Right, I'm just writing there.
I'm not going to be able to remember every single one of them.
Right.
Right understanding is the first one. The second one is right motivation. They're all right something, so you can just write down understanding.
yeah.
Right, understanding, motivation,
Yeah.
behaviour,
Yeah.
attitude, vocation. Vocation's quite important.
Yeah. It's funny, I've got a system of numbers for myself, but I'll tell you when you finish.
Yeah.
Vocation's one of them.
Effort, right effort.
Yeah.
You know, you got to put the right amount of effort in, not too much, but not too little. I think that's all I can remember. I'm sure you'll be able to get it from somewhere else. Anyway.
I've got a set of numbers, Tommy. Are you interested?
I am.
Well, I'm up to number 5, but I don't know what they are yet. Number 1, I believe, is God. Number 2 is the relationship between you and God. Number 3 is vocation. If you get these things sorted out, vocation, relationship, and accommodation. If you get them 3 things sorted out, and you got a number 4, which you should have spiritual well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being. I can't remember the other bugger. Emotional well-being. And once all them are sorted out, there's a number 5, Tommy.
I like it. Very good.
Took my number.
No, that's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. We've got to draw. We've got to write our own. We've got to draw our own map.
Yeah.
If we draw our own map.
Go on.
Well, we're halfway there, aren't we?
Well, and then just stick to it and follow it after that.
Yeah.
You know, or am I lost?
No. You're on the right road, aren't you?
I'm happy.
I hope so.
Hey, Tom, it's lovely, Tony. I
better crack on. It's lovely talking to you.
All the best, mate.
What a nice man. What a very nice man. Seriously. Big frog, sorry, not 500 metres. That would have you down in Cheddar Gorge or potholing or something. Why do people go potholing? Because it's not there. Sorry, I got this mental image of people living amongst the stalagmites and stalactites and being kept awake by somebody in a different time zone listening to this radio show. Isn't life fantastically ridiculous?
No, come on. You're trying to weigh it in favour of the...
No, I'm trying to stop people ringing that number.
The number is 0900 9 treble 1 400. You're saying it's 0900 treble 1.
No, I'm not. No.
You are. You're deliberately trying to weigh that in favour of the other. You're giving out a number that's unrecognisable.
Yes, that's right.
So don't you do that.
No, I will do that if I want to do that. And you can't stop me.
What's the point in giving out a poll if you're going to
rig
give
it?
Yes.
Okay.
To
rig it.
Tommy, this is not on.
Do you not understand that?
This is not on.
It's totally on. What's the point of having power if you can't corrupt?
Well, and you libelled Madonna tonight.
No, I certainly did not.
Yes, you did.
I flattered her.
You said you slept with her.
I flattered her.
That's a defamation of character.
On the contrary, it's another reason for her to hold her head high.
I mean, how do you think Madonna will feel knowing that 4 million people think that she slept with you?
If it's anything like she felt the morning after, fine.
Tommy, I hope you can prove it.
I don't have to prove it. There's
only
one person who I need to remind that it happened. Your view on it is neither here nor there.
0900 9 treble 1 400 for the listeners who want to say if you believe justice hasn't been done.
You're giving out the wrong number.
No, you give it out wrong because it's unrecognisable. You said 0900 treble 1 400. That's not a recognised number.
I didn't say that. I said 0900 111 400.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the wrong number.
No, that's the right number.
You put a 9 in front of it, it might be.
0900 111 400 is the number.
I see, but getting back to that Madonna thing, that's her credibility gone.
You're better off pretending that I'd given out the wrong number. That was quite amusing.
If you want, Tommy, I'll dial that number now on air and we can prove it works.
Well, it is say so.
Well, Wilfred is just such a,
Who?
Wilfred is his name.
Do we know him?
Oh, we do, yes. Wilfred phones all the time.
I didn't realise he was a switchboard hog.
He's like the kind of thing that Domestos doesn't get rid of.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean...
He makes some valid points, but...
Oh, no, he doesn't.
He phones twice in an evening.
No, I know, but this isn't therapy.
No, we don't do doctor's surgery.
No. This is not here to give people something. This is here... Well, no, not to give callers something. This is here to give listeners something. This is about listeners.
All the time.
This is not about callers. There's a big difference between the two. It's like if you go to see what's that hypnotist's name? The one who was
Paul McKenna.
sued. Yes. If you go to see one of his shows and you volunteer to go out on the stage, your evening has completely changed.
But you're there for the entertainment of the audience.
You're part of the act.
That's right.
You're going to be made to look like a chicken.
You've gone from being the audience to the entertainment.
You're going to be humiliated. And you've chosen to be humiliated because you want to go home and tell the story. I went up on that stage, I did me.
It didn't hypnotise me.
No. Right, and it's the same with callers. This is not about the call. And when Paul McKenna is on the stage, he's not entertaining the people on the stage.
No, he's doing the crowd in front of him who paid £30 to see him.
Exactly my point, you see. I know what I'm talking about.
I think you do, Tommy.
No.
So, have you had an affair with a married man before?
No.
Why not?
It's just one of those things I never decided to do.
No.
Silly, I know, but...
Because I remember when I was young, you know that song about me and Mrs. Jones?
Oh, yes.
I liked that, and I thought, I'll do that when I'm a bit older. I'll have an affair. Just so that you can sit endlessly and talk about it. You know?
Where's it?
Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. We meet every day in the same cafe and we talk it over. Because it's great talking about a relationship, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to? Where's it going? How much do you love me? How much do you care? Once you get married, you just get on.
Yeah, just get on with it.
You don't talk about it. You don't talk about, do you really love me and where is it all going? You just get on. You've got dishes to wash and...
Kids to see too, yeah.
Cat litters. It's my job to do the cat litter. I'm the cat litter man in our house.
Oh, nice one.
I know, exactly.
I don't think I'd have an affair with you, Tommy.
No, but that's not as much fun as sitting in a cafe and talking it over.
Meditated within the ancient walls of Machu Picchu. He's got a Renault Turbo Sport and a TVR. He's got a huge bank balance. He could go out with any woman in the country. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a close personal friend of his family. He's been invited to the Prime Minister's house for drinks. He's the closest thing on earth to the angel Gabriel. He's Tommy Boyd.
That's me, and I'm here until, way past midnight. So 08700 40 50 60 is the Talksport switchboard number. You can email us. I'll remind you of the address in just a second. It's a phone-in programme. There is a slight difference, the difference being that we take calls unscreened, at random, and whatever you want to say, you get to say. It's an exercise in democracy, which we have been pioneering on a Sunday night after 10 on Talksport, and it's, of course, it has its moments, but generally speaking, you get a much clearer picture of who you're sharing the planet with.
Bob Holness.
Bob Holness. Good old Bob. I watched him doing Call My Bluff today.
He's very good at sharing that.
He's Bobby. Do you know what I sat there thinking, because I worked with Bobby, I produced him in a radio environment for about 2 years, and he's just the same now doing Call My Bluff as he was then.
I've met Bob once.
Have you?
Very nice.
And if Bob were here, I'd put my hand around him and I would say, Bob, why? What's the point of being Bob Holness all your life? Why not do something else? That's why my joke about him playing saxophone on Jerry Rafferty's Baker Street has travelled, because it's so obviously ludicrous.
9 and 10:53 a.m. Tommy Boyd on Talksport.
This is such a technicolor piece of music. I defy you not to see polished black guys with brass instruments and Puerto Rican women dancing in stilettos on the table. I challenge you not to feel a pina colada at your lips. Smoke in your eyes. Good smoke. Quality smoke. Havana. Better, maybe. Now, I challenge you not to see a gangster at the big table. A huge man in a lime green jacket and a white shirt and a yellow tie on the door.
And a bead of sweat
You
hanging
can
on
see
his
all,
moustache.
yeah, and geckos up and down the wall. Oh,
Yeah.
And sweat in the air. Sweat in the air. You could wring it with your fist.
And a pterodactyl circling overhead.
That's it, yeah. And a bloody great big ape halfway up the Empire State Building, and the biplanes are being scrambled.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic.
It's amazing, this tune.
I didn't get the last bit, but I do get the Puerto Rican women bit. 08700 40 50 60. I'm Tommy Boyd, in for James Whale this week. Ash is here. We're taking calls, of course. We're taking them unscreened and at random, so you never know who you're going to get next. I don't, they don't, you don't. It's an exercise in democracy, and it's a little bit of salsa for the whole thing. Okay? It's simply this, mate. You're going to die. Once you know that, you start to live. Okay? Our culture protects you from that knowledge. Even though you know it, they protect you from that realization. They protect you from it being part of your decision-making process. They protect you from it being in your mind all the time, and you don't need that protection. In fact, that protection damages you. Like a suit of armor, it makes you sluggish. It dulls your senses. Throw that suit of armor off. At all times, remember, you are going to die. As a consequence of knowing that and being aware of that, then you will take the brave decision. You will do it rather than stay at home. You will take on the biggest challenge. You might succeed, you might not, but you will have done it. And you will be left with a story, even if you're penniless and disappointed. You will have tried to climb Everest. And I prefer the people who've tried to climb Everest than those cocky guys who pay and get to climb Everest. So, remember, you're going to die, therefore, do it. Well, he asked, so I told him. One of the things I like doing is showing how little scientists actually know. In 1,000 years' time, they will laugh at our learned men in white coats, at how stupid they were, just as we laugh at the doctors who used to apply leeches and the scientists who thought that in order to create flies, all you had to do was to put a dirty shirt out in the sunlight and flies would spontaneously be created. You know, they didn't know anything about maggots, and they didn't know anything about the process of laying eggs. Well, I'm afraid our scientists are going to seem just as stupid. Not our artists. Shakespeare and Mozart will always be revered, but I'm afraid our scientists will seem like buffoons in the not-too-distant future, and we can remind ourselves just how little we know by asking questions like that, because nobody can answer them. Hang in there. It's a fight. I mean, life's a fight. Life's hard work. You know, you come across it all the time, yourself, in your own life, the people you meet, people you hear on phone-in programs. All of us are in this fight together. You know, my dad died last week, and when we came out of the crematorium, my youngest brother, who built the coffin himself, that's a hell of a thing. I'll never forget that, he just told it me dead casually. He said, I thought we'd save some money, I built it myself. And he just put his arm around me as we were walking out the crematorium, and he just went, what do you think? And I said, on with the fight. And he said, that was exactly what I was thinking, on with the fight. On with the fight. That's how it is for all of us. But it works, that trick of trying to attach to a bad thought that you find yourself keep having, which you don't want, linking it with a good thought. And quickly, the bad thought starts to shrink. You still get it, but you find yourself quickly moving on to a good thought, which might be the way your mum makes a cup of tea, or that gentleman, the way his son kicks a ball, you know. You can do that. It helps a little bit. A little bit. There are no cures, you know. There are no cures. But you can make the medicine a bit sweeter. Possibly convert you to Buddhism in the 5 minutes that we've got.
No, I don't believe so.
It's a very good religion, babe. It is a very good religion, Buddhism.
Well, they're not my beliefs, but they may be others, but they're not mine.
No, you see, have you tried Buddhism?
No.
Well, how do you know? You might find that it's better.
Well, I've studied it, and it doesn't...
But you see, you've studied it. Let me quote Confucius to you. You know what he said about that? You cannot become a gymnast by studying the laws of balance. Now, what did he mean by that?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Well, I can't put it better than Confucius did, but I think what he meant was you don't know if you're a gymnast unless you get up on the beam and try. So how do you know you're not a Buddhist? How do you know you're not a Buddhist, really?
Because I am a Christian, and I believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for my sins.
Yeah, but were you brought up in a Christian environment?
Yes, I was.
Aha. Maybe Buddha's testing you.
No, he's not.
How do you know?
Because he's a false god. There's only one true God.
Don't underestimate the power of the Buddha finger.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you suppose do you suppose for a sec? I'm not going to get anywhere with you, am I?
No, you're not.
Because you've closed your doors, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Well, I am.
Well, at least you know that.
I'm only open to Christianity. That's the only religion that I'm open to.
Yeah, because that's the only one you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've studied other I've studied other religions, but.
Yeah, but that's like looking through the window at a cake. You don't know what it tastes like, do you?
That was like Confucius again, wasn't it?
No, I did that. Because I'm quite good at all this, yeah. This is what I do, see. Because let me tell you.
Are you a practicing Buddhist?
I've tried Buddhism, Confucianism, Shinto, all the forms of Buddhism, at least all the major forms of Buddhism. That's Hinayana, Mahayana, both upper and lower. Islam, of course, and some of the modern non-religious religions, such as the teachings of Krishnamurti, Cahill Gilbran, both Protestant, Catholic, and Methodist Christianity.
Oh, I grew up Methodist.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I think I could see it in your gingham frock. All I'm saying is that there's something there in all of them, which when you put them together make a heady cocktail. You've got a glass of lemonade, haven't you? You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening to you on delay on my radio.
I know. You've got a glass of lemonade, I've got a Harvey Wallbanger.
Uh-huh.
But I don't suppose you drink, do you?
I have no idea what you're saying.
No, you haven't.
No.
No. Never mind. A few more years in Paisley, and you might find a taste for the Harvey Wallbanger over the glass of lemonade. But listen, I'm glad you love your fella, and I'm sure he's a smashing guy. Take it easy.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Takes two to waltz. I don't know how old she was. Lovely person.
19.
Lovely person. She'll do no harm. I'm not on her case. She'll only make the world a better place.
She sounded like she could flip at any minute, though.
No, she's not a psycho
Tommy.
in waiting.
Oh.
Not like the last guy.
You've got to see the signs.
She's American. I'm a psychologist, as well as a philosopher.
Yeah.
08700 40 56.
Again.
Yeah, well, it's a kind of a tricky one, isn't it? Because
Yeah, I know, Tommy.
if you want to take your own life, well, there are so many opportunities to do it.
Yes, sir.
And I can't imagine that you're saying that they, it's a concept that some people have, I don't have, but you have it, they could have provided somebody to sort of sit with you round the clock to make sure you didn't try again.
Half an hour later, he looks down, the centipede's still there. I thought I told you to go down and get me a can of lager and 20 fags. The centipede says, hang on, I'm still trying to put my blooming shoes on. Good night, Tommy.
Yeah, good night. We had to look after some centipedes for some friends of ours, they were.
I can't hold on. Just get my breath.
They were going on holiday and they said, well, we look after the centipedes. And they were these big things, about the size of sausages.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen them?
Yeah, very nutritious.
Well, I don't know. And they brought this tank around.
Yeah.
And it had a rock bottom with a little pool in it. It had kept topped up with water.
Yeah.
And there were two of them. And there was a little infrared light on the top, so it had to be plugged in, because they liked the infrared. I don't know why, it was the heat. That was it, the heat.
Oh.
And we had them for a week, and we kept them in the kitchen. And they never stirred.
What, you wanted them to stir?
they just were two balls.
Oh, you mean
Yeah, that was
the
it.
ball?
They never did a thing. They never got up, moved, did a dance. We wanted to say to the people, why'd you get those then? But we didn't.
Didn't you
Damn
poke
it.
them?
Well, I was tempted.
But you didn't.
I was tempted to put them on the kitchen table and see what would happen. But you don't, because you don't want them to die in your care, obviously in your keep.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're tuned to Talksport, it's the Human Zoo. From 10 on a Sunday evening, in keeping with the general sort of emotional climate of the nation on a Sunday night, what with Monday around the corner and so forth, we let people through to the phone in unscreened, no phone operators, no phone researchers, no call screeners. They arrive on air and say what they want to say and do what they want to do. the Monday papers, which you've got round the back of you, Ash, and the thing, it seems that the nation is going to, well, some people are going to try and make the nation focus on tomorrow is God, the fact that there's 2 news bulletins at 10 o'clock on the 10th.
The news is that there's news at the same time.
The news is on at the same time. It's feeble, isn't it?
Yeah.
You watch TV news these days, it's mostly plugs for other programmes on the same channel.
There's always the news on anyway.
It's too good. I do like this theme.
It's beautiful.
On the Human Zoo, sir.
When the world today takes everything you've got, taking a break from all your worries, so it help a lot. When you like to get away, sometimes you wonder where everybody knows your name. And there always seems to pain.
To have a relationship, and it would either be with Diane or Rebecca. Supposing you had to spend a year of your life with either of those 2 beautiful but nightmarish women, Ash.
Yeah.
That was your sentence. To spend either a year, you'd have the sex, but you'd also have the headaches.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's a toughie.
I think I'd go for Rebecca.
Why? She's better looking. She's got better thighs and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But she's a nightmare.
Yeah, but they both are, right?
No, they're both nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
They're both quite intellectual, both of them.
Well, let me try a more contemporary one then. If you had to spend a weekend with either Daphne or Roz.
Roz?
From Frasier. Do you watch Frasier?
Yeah, is she the Manchester one?
No, Roz is the phone producer.
Oh, yeah.
Of Frasier.
Her?
The one who's always... She's pregnant now. She had a baby now, but
Or Daphne.
Or Daphne.
No, Daphne...
The Manchester one.
Oh, right. I was thinking Daphne Scooby-Doo.
Sorry, no, Daphne Moon from...
I think the phone controller.
You'd have a weekend with her? Why?
Because I can't quite remember her as well as I can remember the other one.
Okay, I see what you're saying, yeah.
And there's
there's
a bit of mistake
there. A bit of mistake there. That always, if it's just a weekend.
Yeah.
08700 40 50 60.
And we could chat about, like, radio. Like, about this.
Yeah.
Should be like...
Well, she does what you do.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, she doesn't really, though.
No.
A woman could never do that.
It's fake. And
that's the funniest bit about Frasier.
What's that?
Well, there's a woman
doing that, so and you don't get that,
I love
do you?
the show.
I've only ever met one woman.
No, well, you do. The one on the show before wasn't it?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't. No.
I didn't.
No, you're right. No, you don't get them anymore.
You don't.
Novelty
you never
value.
did. You never did.
Well, for novelty values.
No. At old-fashioned radio stations, you sometimes get elderly, middle-aged women with horn-rimmed look-over glasses who would sit and dry the desk. A bit like you're looking now, actually. You suddenly pulled your back up straight.
Yeah, I know, I was stretching my vertebrates.
And sort of, looked at me through your eyebrows.
I've become an invertebrate at the weekend.
Yeah.
So I have to
What?
revertebrate myself.
What do you mean? You slept a lot?
Yeah, I sort of lie on the couch and become a single-cell organism.
It's that time of year when we ought to be hibernating, and I do think that the last 3 weeks in January, first few weeks in February, we really are. We're good for nothing.
Shouldn't be working.
We shouldn't be doing anything.
We're a danger.
We should just be quiet and dormant and
like seeds in a pod.
Waiting
to explode.
For March.
Yeah.
Let's go to line 6. Line 6.
Well, you know the old saying. I mean, opinions are like, assholes. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Line 2, you're live on the Human Zoo. Hi.
771.
I better get rid of
Yeah,
that.
get rid of the phone call. Yeah, where were we?
Line 3 is on there.
You're live on the Human Zoo. Good evening. Well, in reply, I would say,
That's a good bass note.
that's good, isn't it? Can't think of a lyric to put to it. You're live on Talksport. Good evening.
You love Timmy Melly.
Line 5.
Line 5, you're live on Talksport. Sorry, I was just wondering whether I should say that I would like to actually shoot Timmy Mallet quite happily.
Is that me?
Big gun from...
You shouldn't say that.
Exactly, so I didn't.
Hi.
I didn't. Line 4, hi. Yeah. Did you like the daughter?
Chet, is that...
Erin, somebody or other her name was.
Yeah,
Jodie.
She's alright, a bit
Jodie.
funny looking though, but nice.
Yeah, bit. Probably could have used losing a few pounds, but yeah. Mum was nice.
Oh yeah.
It's funny that, isn't it? You know, the one of all the American sitcoms
Well,
was Elizabeth Montgomery,
who's that?
Bewitched.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cutie pie. Happy day. Shall I pick another one?
Yeah, pick another one. Give me another one.
Number 1.
Line 1, you're live on the Human Zoo.
Hi, that lady that rang in earlier wants to get songs by the Blue Beats and Prince Buster.
Nice one.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Prince Buster.
That was good. Line 2, hi.
You see, you pick that one. You see.
I know, what's going on?
Blues.
Well, I did a radio show. Lasted 4 hours one Sunday night. Well, I talked to some punters. Most of them were out of their heads.
On Sprite.
Call of the human, call of the human, call of the human, call of the human. Call of the human, call of the human, call of the human.
It's for you.
Come news time at 2. Gary D. Jacobs is the man for you.
After Barney Beltram with the news.
Don't forget to subscribe and like. Comment too if you wish. Even slap your legs and make a purchase from Ann Summers. But don't do nothing.